the most amazing thing about being a parent. Even before you're a parent, like when you get the news that you're expecting, there's a sudden love which is born. That is an unconditional love, right? When the baby is born, the baby is not giving us anything. We have to take care of the baby in every possible way. Yet, just by being there, just by existing, right? Just you look at the baby, you look at the newborn, you instantly, I mean, even in pregnancy, you take a lot of care of this baby which you haven't even seen. And now the baby is born, and you look at the baby is doing nothing, maybe crying, crying, burping, yelling, pooping, like, throwing up, all the things that you normally would consider gross. But look at this baby, just because that unconditional love is born along with the child's birth. Because the parent is born when the child is born, and then the unconditional love is born. So, what I'm saying is, we need to remember that and just get back to it. And the one thing would be to be forever emotionally present for them, so that they know that you are here for them no matter what, and no matter what they can come back, no matter what, you can be there. Smita shared one of the her favorite quotes from a book, The Trunkload of Dunk, and I will just read it.
Yeah, story.
And
Small story, I
it's a
guess. Yeah.
small but very powerful story where uh, so the essence of this story, I don't know where I kept it, but the essence of the story is that
I can
the
read it. You want me to read
oh
it?
yeah, you can read that. Yeah, it was very, very nice because it's just the message in it is so powerful.
Yeah, I'll read it. Yeah, it's a very powerful message. And great one to align to again. So this is from the book Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung. This book is also an amazing one. And this is on unconditional love, right? So this is what it says. When I was around the age of 13, my father took me aside and told me something that would change my life. So this is by Ajahn Brahm, who is a monk. And so he's talking about his life and his father. The two of us were alone in this beaten up old car on a side street of one of the poorer suburbs of London. He turned to me and said this: Son, whatever you do in your life, know this: the door of my house will always be open to you. I was only a young teenager at the time. I didn't really understand what he meant, but I knew it was something important, so I remembered it. My father would be dead 3 years later. When I became a monk in northeast Thailand, I thought over those words of my dad. Our home at the time was a small government subsidized apartment in a poor part of London. Not much of a house to open a door into. But then I realized this was not what my dad really meant. What was lying within my father's words, like a jewel wrapped in a cloth, was the most articulate expression of love that I know. Son, whatever you do in your life, know this: the door of my heart will always be open to you. My father was offering unconditional love. No strings attached. I was his son, and that was enough. It was beautiful, it was real. He meant it. It takes courage and wisdom to say those words to another, to open the door of your heart to somebody else with no ifs. Some people might fear that if they do this, others would take advantage of them. But that's not how it works, not in my experience. When you're given that sort of love from another, it's like receiving the most precious of gifts. You treasure it, keep it close to your heart, lest it be lost. Even though at the time I only partially understood my dad's meaning, even so, I wouldn't dare hurt such a man. If you give those words to someone close to you, if you really mean them, if they come from your heart, then that person will reach upwards, never down, to meet your love. Okay, so that was
Yeah,
super powerful. Whenever I'm
that's a
reminded
very,
of it, also I'm very, very like touched by it. To be able to say that to anyone in our life is
yes,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
And to
And
receive it either way.
both, right? Receiving it so much is not in our hands, but giving surely is.
Course.
And
Yeah.
if you receive it also, that's great. That reminds me of another story of, I don't know how true it is, but it is said about Einstein's mother that Albert Einstein's mother was the one who, when he was but he was always excelling in school, but he had a problem with very, very disciplined approach to learning. So he would often run into issues with his teachers. And then in his elementary years, one of the teachers sent a note home saying, he's not, he's like inferior in intelligence or something like that, that he's not fit to be taught. Because of course he wasn't, ready to follow the rules that they wanted him to strictly follow. He was more inclined towards math and science, but he would regularly not do well in language and history and stuff like that. So, but they sent, I think this teacher was rubbed on the wrong side, and she like sent a message, and the mother got it. And as she was reading it, the beauty lies in how she framed it. Because he got the note home and he wasn't very good at reading, and this is elementary years, and he just passed on the note to his mother, and it said that the mother that read it in a way that, oh my God, your teachers are saying that you are so intelligent and they're so smart that they have nothing left to teach you. So you're super awesome. And then the way she said it, and then obviously for some time, then he was homeschooled for a while then again he moved on and to another school. But the time that, so how she reframed it, and the point is that he would have forgotten about it, but after many years he came across that letter and realized what was written was actually words that would have totally crushed him at that point in time, and been a deterrent to who Albert Einstein became. Like, I say Albert Einstein and E is equal to MC square. Like, so many things pop up in your head because that is a amazing physicist the world, saw because of the mother, right? Because if had she chosen to be upset at it and take the word of the teacher to heart, saying, "Oh my God," and be in despair and come from fear, what is going to happen to my child now that the teachers are saying that? Instead of that, she believed in her child. And I think I would say this is the most important example of unconditional love that she offered, that I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to nurture it the best. She believed in the child and she offered that unconditional love and support to the child. So that's how the world got Albert Einstein. So whatever may be the power the soul has come to do and things, there's a lot of value in always coming from love. So the entire session that we had, in a sense, we covered 3 or 6 things, but the main point is that be grateful for the soul that's in your life as your child, or the souls, in my case, three. So, and then keep coming back to being conscious of it, keep coming back. And we keep, as Puneet or Smita, I don't know which one of you said that you were a different parent, right? Puneet said that you were a different parent when, so for me, then the first child was born, the second, the third, right? I was a very different parent, and with each child, you learn a lot of things and you probably forget some as well. So to keep coming back and not get into that mom guilt train, and just summing up, like coming always to the grounding and checking your own self, your own body. Am I coming from fear? Fear about my child's future, fear about my parenting skills being judged, fear of any other kind. And then grounding, coming, you know, to your body, and also always thinking, I was a parent, I am a parent, but I was a child once. And like, my parents wouldn't have always thought that I'm perfect, but I turned out okay. So the kids will also turn out okay. Let's hear their side of the story. Let's give it a chance. And when the chances are, when you are, like they say, a coffee cup will spill only if it is filled with like hot coffee, you will be burned. So if you hold your cup nicely, even if it has hot coffee in it, it's not going to spill, right? When you really get very, very emotionally charged up, that's when things start going from a place when we are not connecting and you're just reacting. So as long as we change that, and as long as we just are always emotionally present for our children, and we keep on choosing love, I think that's the most conscious that we can be as a parent. And as the childhood passes, the parenting as such, doesn't end. So we can keep coming back to whatever life choices they will make. We have to trust that intelligence, we have to trust the overall intelligence, and we have to just see our effect. Right? Because it's a mirror effect, end of the day. Something bothering us, we have to just go within and change that, and offer love and offer grace to ourselves as well. Because we are just doing our best. And then, as Smita said, our favorite line is do your best and then leave the rest, or take a rest. So that sums up. And I would really love to hear anybody who wants to share anything, if it resonated with you, or if you have any other, tips or something you want to share.